Hi there. In my last video, I mentioned that I would combine my joy of The Simpsons with my joy of the Immaculate Grid by placing each member of the 1992 Springfield Nuclear Power Plant softball team, pictured here, on a valid Immaculate Grid. But upon further review, it turns out I was close, but no cigar. If you're unfamiliar with the Simpsons episode Homer at the Bat, there's a great article about it on the Hardball Times blog titled The Burns Smithers Question. Because the blog is associated with Fangraphs, it goes into some statistical detail comparing Mr. Burns' old-timey All-Stars with the 1992 team gathered by Waylon Smithers. I thought the following grid would fit the Smithers All-Stars. And if you want to play along at home, I'll post the names of the 1992 team, and if you fill out 8 of 9, you should be able to figure out where I went wrong. So the players on Waylon Smithers All-Stars were Roger Clemens, Mike Scioscia, Donnie Baseball, Steve Sachs, Wade Boggs, The Wiz, Jose Canseco, Ken Griffey Jr., and Darryl Strawberry. I'm going to reveal the close but not quite answers in a second before explaining my error. So here's the grid that I thought would work. The problem is in the upper right, because although Ken Griffey played briefly for the White Sox and won many Golden Gloves, he never won the award as a member of the White Sox, making that answer wrong. The challenge of fitting a player like Ken Griffey into the grid is that, aside from one team, the White Sox, he never played for any other team that any of the other players played on. Now, if Don Mattingly happens to make it into the Hall, then we could replace the Gold Glove category with Hall of Fame. But that seems highly unlikely, unless he happens to lead a couple of teams to the World Series as a manager. But with that said, I'll go ahead and paraphrase Walter from The Big Lebowski and just say, fuck it, dude, let's do another grid. Okay, so here's today's grid. Today is July 22nd, and here we have mostly AL teams with the exception of the Braves, and a couple of achievements, MVP and Rookie of the Year. Okay, so let's see here. To start out with, let's see, Detroit and Los Angeles Angels. So this is one that I think Cecil Fielder is a good answer here. Thing that I like about Cecil Fielder is that in my last video I referenced George Foster, and Cecil Fielder would have been in 1990 the first hitter to hit 50 home runs since George Foster did in 77. So we'll go with that. And I think Fielder, ended up with the Angels at the end of his career, being a native of Southern California. Let's see, Detroit, Texas. Pudge Rodriguez is somebody who would go there. I'll probably use that because we'll see if I think of anyone else, but we'll put that in my pocket. I'll go with an old favorite for Texas, Atlanta. I'll go Otis Nixon. See if he gets more than 1%. 1%, okay. Atlanta Angels. This one I'm going to struggle with. I'll probably get it wrong. So let's see. Let's look at the Angels MVP. So I have a memory, based on a set of K-Mart cards, of all things, that Don Baylor won an MVP with the Angels. If not, Trout would be an obvious answer. I'm pretty sure he won at least one MVP in his fantastic career to date. But I'm going to guess that's going to be the top guess, even if he isn't the answer. But we'll go with Don Baylor. There we go, 4%. Okay, that's pretty good considering there's probably only less than 5 players, that have won the MVP with the Angels. Let's see, Texas Rangers. I feel like Josh Hamilton, I think I got the first name right there, won the MVP when he had that breakout season. It's real outlier. And I think we were talking about launch angles when he had that 40-plus homer season. So that is a possible answer. I feel like Juan Gonzalez might have won the MVP with Texas. And I'm sure there's somebody really obvious that I'm missing. Somebody who maybe won it within the past few years. But before I fill this one in, I'm going to do Rookie of the Year MVP. And I'm going to go with Fred Lynn, who is an individual who won both the MVP and the Rookie of the Year in the same season. There's probably guesses that we'll get a lower percentage here, but let's go with Fred Lynn. 12%. Yeah, so that's probably kind of high. Okay. So Texas MVP, let's try Juan Gonzalez. Juan gone. There we go, 16%. Yeah, it's also fairly high, although I'm guessing because there's not going to be very many players in that for that category, there's somebody higher. Rookie of the Year, Detroit. So I'm thinking maybe one of their great middle infielders of the 80s, Lou Whitaker or Alan Trammell may have won the award. I feel like Lou Whitaker might be a good one there. For the Braves, yeah, did Hank Aaron win Rookie of the Year? Was there a Rookie of the Year when Hank Aaron came through and as a Milwaukee Brave? Let's see here. I feel like one of their pitchers from the 80s and 90s would have won the Rookie of the Year, either Schmaltz, Glavine, or Steve Avery. Okay. I'm going to come back to that. We'll just go ahead and fill this one in. Probably going to be like 50%, but we'll go with Pudge. There we go, 18%. Let's see, Detroit Rookie of the Year. We're going to go with Lou Whitaker on this one. Lou Whitaker. Yeah, there you go, 8%. Sweet Lou. Okay, Braves Rookie of the Year. I feel like Acuna. I mean, I imagine Acuna won Rookie of the Year. I'm just gonna. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one guess on each, and maybe they're both right, maybe they're wrong, maybe 50-50. But we'll just take a reach. We'll go with Steve Avery. Nope. And here, let me just think a couple seconds about this one because I feel like I should be able to reason this out. Chili Davis. Did Chili Davis play for the Braves? Yeah. Gaylord Perry never played for the Angels. I'm quite sure of that. Phil Niekro. Nah, I don't think he played for the Angels. Nolan Ryan never played for. If Orlando Mercado played for the Braves, I'm just gonna not be happy because I want to use Orlando Mercado in a grid in the worst way. But in any case, we'll go with Rex Hudler. The other name that would kind of kill me is if France Molinix played for the Braves. In any case, okay, Rex Hudler. Whoops. What? Why didn't he come up? Rex Hudler. There we go. Nope. Both of those were wrong. And they should be. They're just guesses. Okay. 7 out of 9 today. Not great. About average. Okay, let's look at Braves Rookie of the Year. Oh, this is all the Rookie of the Years. Ugh. All right. Okay, wow, what's going on here? Okay, so we have Acuna, Michael Harris. Ah, funny, I wasn't paying attention last year. Kimbrel, Rafael Furcal. Okay, that's a good one. David Justice. Duh. Bob Horner. Oh, same year that Lou Whitaker won. Well, that was my grid for the day. 7 out of 9. That's probably about average for me, to be honest, or maybe even a little above. But in any case, yeah, I enjoyed playing and hope you did better than I did. All right, take care, y'all.